Let's revise this chapter quickly, paying attention to objective type questions. Writing and city life. What's the location of Mesopotamia? It's the land between Euphrates and the Tigris River. What's the modern name of this region? It's the Republic of Iraq. What is it known for? It was a prosperous place. It's known for its city life, its literature, mathematics, and astronomy. What's the derivation of the name? It comes from the Greek word mesos, meaning middle, and potamus, meaning river. In the beginning, which place was urbanized? Sumer and Akkad. Which place was urbanized next after 2000 BCE? It was Babylonia. Which place was urbanized in the north? It was Assyria. What was the first language of the region? Sumerian. Which was the next language that developed from 1400 BCE? Aramaic. Which were the archaeological sites? Uruk and Mari. What were the sources? Buildings, statues, ornaments, graves, tools, seals, and written documents. Why was Mesopotamia important to Europeans? Because of the references to it in the Old Testament. What is the meaning of Shimar? It means Sumer, which is a land of brick-built cities. In which year did a British newspaper fund the expedition of the British Museum to search for a tablet narrating the story of Noah and the flood mentioned in the Bible? It was in 1873. Now you can have map questions, which can be source-based questions for objectives, where you will have to maybe talk about or mark or choose the important cities, seas, as is shown in the map above. So basically the geography. The extent of Mesopotamia, what lies in the northeast. Okay. When did agriculture begin? In 7000 and 6000 BCE. Again, you have the extent in the east. So you should know what lies in the east, what lies in the northeast. In the south. So this map would show you the extent of Mesopotamia with the mountains, the steppes, the desert, and the irrigated zone. Which important system allowed people to carry on agriculture even though rainfall was scanty? It was the irrigation canals. Which crops were grown? Wheat, barley, peas, or lentils. What were the other occupations? So the first occupation is agriculture. The next, grazing, sheep and goats, animal husbandry, that would be. The next occupation is based on animal husbandry, which would mean meat, milk, and wool. Next occupation, fishing. And the last one, growing date palms and selling these fruits. Which is the Bronze Age? 3000 BCE. Now, what is the division of labor and how is it related to city life? So this is an example here how each one had their own specialization in the trade and hence they depended on others for goods and services. That was division of labor, which is the mark of urban life. This could come as a picture or a source-based question, the Varka head. So what is its significance? Why is it important? What is it made up of? It could also come as assertion reasoning questions. All these questions that I am talking about as objectives, MCQs, can also be asked as one-line answer questions as well as assertion reasoning. Now, which were the goods that were exported from Mesopotamia? Textiles and agricultural produce. Which were the goods that were imported? Wood, copper, tin, silver, gold, shell, and various stones from where? From Turkey and Iran or across the Gulf. Now, what were the components for urban development which were present in Mesopotamia? So they had their crafts, there was trade and services, and an efficient transport system. The cheapest mode of transport is the water transport. Another picture or source-based question about the clay tablets. This is another one, picture-based question. Picture-based questions you may be asked to identify or write a few lines on, of course, with the cues given. When were the first tablets written in Mesopotamia? 3200 BCE. What did they contain? What was the content? Picture like signs and numbers. 5,000 lists of oxen, fish, bread, loaves. That is list of goods. Where are these tablets found? Where were they found? It was in Uruk. Okay, in the temples of Uruk, a city in the south. Another source-based, picture-based question. The method of writing tablets is clearly given here, right up to here. It could be asked as, of course, this whole chapter is for objectives only and map work. So this is a picture-based question. What is this picture describing and what can you see here? The meaning or the derivation of cuneiform, coming from two words, Latin words, cuneus, which means wedge, and forma, which means shape. A little more information about cuneiform, especially when the letters, the writing came into existence, 2600 BCE. The language was Sumerian. What was its uses? For making dictionaries, giving legal validity to land transfers, narrating the deeds of kings, the announcing on changes a king made in the customary laws of the land. Okay. When was Sumerian replaced by Akkadian? In 2400 BCE, and we must remember that this language, the Akkadian language, continued to be in use until the 1st century. So it was in use for more than 2000 years. Who was this ruler of Uruk? So we have Enmerkar. Why is the writing, the fact that Mesopotamians had developed writing, why is it considered to be a superior quality of the Mesopotamian urban culture? Okay, because this was not seen in other places as widely as it was seen in Mesopotamia. Okay, so when did the settlements happen in southern Mesopotamia? In 5000 BCE. Who were the gods here? So you have the moon god, the goddess of love and war. Okay, that's the moon god of Or of Inanna, the goddess of love. These were the shrines that were made in their honor. Now, a description of Uruk, the earliest temple towns. When were the archaeological surveys uh, done, and what did these archaeological surveys show? Which year did this develop? The information about building temples, how many men worked for how many hours, and the time period it took. So 1,500 men worked for 10 hours a day, and it took 5 years to build. You have a picture, so spaced again. This is a stele which showed a bearded man. Okay, so this is a stele, and a little later you'll see what's a stele. When were technical advances happening in or at Uruk? In 3000 BCE? What was the most important technological advancement or the landmark? It was a potter's wheel. Here is steels. What are these steels? These are stone slabs with inscriptions or carvings. And again, you have a picture or a source-based question. Another picture or source-based question. You could be asked, you could be shown this picture. What is it? And questions could be asked based on even this content. A little information about Ur and how it was a planned town where houses were built in a particular way. So when did this excavation take place? In the 1930s. Now, next town is Murree, and the royal capital after 2000 BCE. So this was a trading town in a pastoral zone. Who was the god of the steppe? Dagan. Now, where was Murree located, and how it was an important town based on its location? It was located in a prime position on the Euphrates, and hence it was very important for trade. Then again, who was the ruler here? Um, and what was the epic? The Epic of Gilgamesh. So a little information about that over here, highlighted here. Source-based questions could come from this. And another source-based question. So that's all.